You will have to excuse me for stating the obvious because I'm sure you already know this, but narcissists will nearly always play the victim. Now, I can't think of an exception. Of all the narcissists that I have dealt with in my life, nearly 70 years old, and I've had to deal with more than I care to remember, but I can't think of one that didn't play the victim. Now, you are the victim. The narcissist is the abuser. And what he does is he takes that and he flips it backwards. Now, how do you know this is happening? Well, if you find yourself in a position where the narcissist may be actually saying that you wronged him or her, or maybe the narcissist is doing something like putting you in a position where you feel like you have to explain yourself. You got to set the story straight. The narcissist is getting it wrong, making you look like the bad guy, and so you feel compelled to, now, hang on a second, that's not what really happened. Well, that's an indication that the narcissist already is beginning to play the victim. Something else you might watch out for is if you just feel like a dead weight. Maybe it's a love relationship, maybe it's a business partnership, maybe it's a friendship, whatever. But if you feel like you are a dead weight in the relationship, that you're just kind of hanging on and this relationship is just kind of going nowhere, that's an indication that the narcissist has convinced you that you're somehow the bad guy. And yeah, you're the dead weight. You're hurting the narcissist. You're slowing him or her down. So we've got 4 modes that the narcissist may operate in. There may be more. And if you can think of others that I overlooked, just put them down in the comments section so other people can see your good advice as well as what I'm sharing with you. But mode number 1 is what I call the idealized mode. So ideally, what does the narcissist want to convince other people really happened? I mean, ideally, not that it's what happened, but what he wants them to think happened, the way that he wants them to perceive reality. Well, that is the idealized mode. In other words, okay, let's call it this, lying. Just flat out misrepresenting the truth. This is something that narcissists inevitably will do because it is only that way that they can play the victim. Because in reality, you're the victim. In reality, they are the abuser. So they've got to cover up reality. They've got to hide it. To do that, they must create an entirely new story, a new narrative. Here's how it really happened. They're just lying. But here's the thing. Narcissists tend to be very charismatic people. And if they're not that way naturally, they have learned to develop charisma. And so they're very likable, they're very affable, and people tend to believe them. And so when they come up with this false story, this fake story, this idealized mode story, people believe. People believe what they are saying. And that's very frustrating. But in that story, as we said already, they're the victim and you are the abuser. And once again, yeah, they're just flat out lying. But people, again, believe it. Number 2 is this, the entitled mode. Now, why would the narcissist go to all this trouble to make up this big lie other than the fact that it hides the truth, which narcissists can't handle? Well, another reason is because they just feel entitled to be, they feel entitled for others to think that they're the good guy. Even though they know good and well they're not. They know that they hurt other people. But they feel entitled to be the good guy. So they're going to play the role of the good guy. Mode number 3 is this, what I call the reflection mode. One of the techniques that some narcissists will use to convince other people that they're the good guy and you're the bad guy, that they're playing the victim, is when they see other people out and about, maybe friends, relatives, whoever, somebody that they just happen to know. What they will do, or maybe somebody they don't know, somebody they want to, unload some gossip on, could be. Well, what they will do is they will observe the mood of that person, whoever it is. And if the person is angry about something, well, the narcissist will share in his anger. Yeah, you're right to be outraged. Or if the person maybe is depressed over something and the narcissist suddenly will fake empathy. So now the person to whom he is speaking or to whom she is speaking has sympathy for the narcissist because the narcissist has empathy for this person. And then they're more likely to believe him. So there is some bonding there going on. That is what I call the reflection mode. Maybe the guy is happy. The other person to whom the narcissist is speaking is just elated, happy. Well, the narcissist is going to laugh along. And they're going to become, the narcissist and this other guy, they're going to become two peas in a pod, buddies. And his buddy is going to believe his fake story, that he is playing the victim. All right, mode number 4 is this. You knew this one was coming, but this is the blame mode. This is where he just flat out blames you. Lying, yeah. Little ounce of truth, maybe embellished with a lot of lies, obviously. But he just flat out blames you. So what went wrong, in your relationship? Well, whatever it was your fault. I mean, if you hadn't done this, or if you hadn't been this, or if you hadn't been this way, or if you hadn't said these things, or if you hadn't gone there, it's just infinite, the things that they come up with. And again, because they have this charisma about them and people tend to like them and believe them, they're going to believe this as well, these fake accusations. See those 2 rectangles on the screen? If you like what you hear, you want to hear some more, just click on one of those 2 rectangles and the conversation. We just keep on talking, but if not, thanks for stopping by, and we will see you all next time.